Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode. Kind of surprised that I was able to go through that portal when I saw the enemy around the corner like that. I kind of thought it would mess up my character file, so I didn't save a backup this time. Which, I guess it didn't really mess anything up. Just one of those things, I guess. Because I've had it before where in the Hell 1 I'd see enemies after I walked to the portal and it would just restrict me from going in, but it's probably because you can walk so fast in the Hell 2 when you're not in combat that it lets you go through. That's my guess anyway. Actually, I kind of want to try out my thorn damage now that I have the helm. I guess it... No, it says I have thorn damage, so... Well, it looks like my AC is quite good, but... I guess it's kind of a shame that my thorns damage just doesn't... Oh, that was dumb, I saw that on the wall. That it just doesn't do anything to ranged attackers. As I said, the hardest part for me is the ranged damage. You know, a big mob of like archers will just ruin me. So it would be nice to have a little bit of recoil damage. But I guess it doesn't really make sense like to reflect something long distance. Well, not that making sense really matters that much. What I mean by that is that, like, yeah, it doesn't make sense that, you know, I can conjure a fireball out of, like, the ether, but, you know, just because I can't do that in real life doesn't mean that it's not a fun gameplay mechanic, so. Another one would be, like, you know, can't be, like, a full-fledged warrior and still hold, like, you know, 7 battle axes, or however many axes you could hold in this inventory slot, but you know what's not fun is well, picking up like 2 potions and then being full at capacity, or just moving slow with all that stuff on. Yeah, it's more realistic, but it's definitely not fun. It's like 570 damage. It's like 100. Okay, so it looks like it's 150 damage or 120, 150. But it's not a 100% chance to always happen. Okay. Still trying to learn the basics. I mean, I haven't really ever, like, got a good handle of it, or even really used thorn items up until this point. I did a little bit, but I really couldn't find out very much. Other than occasional enemies were dying from it, but... Thinking about the next perk I should do, and I'm gravitating towards the AC. Yeah, one part of me thinks it's kind of dumb because, you know, if I max it out I get for 5 perk points. I'll get 0.75 of an Apex, because on higher level things, plus 20 is, I think, the standard for like plus armor class, unless you find like a sturdy chest plate. But I mean, let's get real, you're not going to find that. So, you know, 0.75 of an Apex, or I spend 10 points on the resistance, and that'll give me, you know, a sacred prefix, but it's 10 points. So on paper, it makes more sense. I get more value per point of perk using the armor class one. So now I don't know if I'll just have an excessive amount of armor because you can really hone in and get so much armor class on all your pieces, but my guess is that it's not a bad idea to go with the Dodger. And I think a good reason to go with it too, and I probably should have went with it a little bit earlier, is that just that slight armor class that I got from this, like 10 AC or something, and I was like Chamber of the Bone, like so much easier. Everything was so much easier with just a little bit more armor class. And when you don't have like armor class, it's really hard to make up. Like, you know, I had to use something that really just had plus 17 vitality on it for a long time. But now I have, you know, this. It's not great, like there's not really a whole lot to it. It's just basically armor class, and the base item is pretty good, so. So I'll hit that cap, but it should help me not have to rely on items as much. The resistance one would do that too, but I think that you have to kill bosses, and every boss has like some kind of AC component. Not everyone, but like all the major ones, like Necral. He's like, all those guys are like 95% physical. Mortar added in elemental damage just so people couldn't run, you know, 100% like zero resistance Uber Diablo builds, which is smart. You know, you don't want someone just getting all those crazy like uniques that have like awesome effects, but you lose all your resistances because, yeah, they're powerful, but you know, Uber bosses are meant to be really just that, like the be all, the end all.
Not enough mana.
Okay, so this one does much less damage base-wise. The flail only does like 3 to 5 more damage. It doesn't have that high range. I guess I'll stick with this one. It's also smaller than this one, so not bad. Now that I have this armor class, I might go back and visit King Leoric's tomb. I don't think he's insane on Purgatory. I think he's like much stronger, but I feel like I could probably handle him with 115 AC. The other option is to wait until I can wear Arcane's Valor, which is gonna be a while. I need 15 more dexterity with this current setup. just to be able to hit that dex point. I'm kind of debating if I should just add that perk point in now, get the AC right away, instead of waiting to get DFE. DFE I don't get until my vitality goes up anyway, so my melee resistance is already quite high. It still needs vitality too, but yeah, I think I'll go with that. Guess I should check first. So 115. Now there was a glitch with weapons, I think. The damage was being applied to one set of weapons, but not the other or something like that. So I'm just gonna see here. So 73 armor class. So 73, 76. Okay, I'm pretty sure it was at 115, so yep, looks like it's all clear. Works out pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a boss here. I think I ran into all the bosses, so I should be safe to just chase these guys. Guess another question I have is, does this do damage if I'm close? If I'm within 1 square? It's looking like that's not the case. Yeah, I got hit a couple times and it hasn't went off, so I will assume that it does not work like that. It's actually decent. I don't think that an Iron Maiden only item would come with fast blocking. It didn't apply. But I could be wrong. I guess I wonder, like, what the chance to actually block is. I sort of forgot that, like, the shield actually acts as a shield. Like, that you could block with it. Maybe it's like the mage where, like, you really only ever block traps. Like, trap arrows is the only thing I've seen the mage block. And once in a blue moon, you'll see, like, a block out of nowhere and you'll just, like, blow your mind. But realistically, that's the only thing I ever really see. Well, part of me wants to, like, go down and check if there's a mushroom. The other part of me just thinks, why bother?
Greetings!
I forget if this guy has... No, okay. Yeah, there is a probability that's high it's in this game, so I should go down and check it. No, oops. The other option is to just keep doing the Chamber of Bone quest, and it'll probably take me 2 more Chamber of Bones to level. But this way I also get to kind of try out hell for myself. Boy. One shot. Alright, pretty slow still, but that's some pretty good XP. That is some serious damage. I need a ton of dexterity to use that, but that is a lot of damage. Guess I should find the exit first. Ghost warriors, that's gonna be tough to deal with. Okay, don't need to go that way. I guess the good thing is that I could leave targets at lower health and let them kill themselves off the reflect damage. Eventually, once it gets to a point where it's like 100%. It doesn't say the percent chance, but I'm just guessing that eventually, if everything has thorns damage, it should be proccing every time. Man, that's some BS. So much damage you just didn't take. can use this as a health potion, but I really don't want to trap ruining an elixir on me, so I will drink it flat. I guess one strategy a lot of people like to do is to have the same amount of distance between all their max stats and their base stats. That way they can, you know, get the most of the mushroom quests. It always balances your character out, but honestly, I figured that, like, magic is a lot higher right now, but it's probably going to change in the future, so I won't worry too much about it. That's a lot of damage. It freaked me out there. Is it the same one I found before? Pretty much. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Actually just... Oh, there's the stairs. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alright. Yeah, that's what I was actually looking for. Level 12. I guess I just kind of sift around and look for the old mushroom. Do any beholders can be here? Oh, that's fun. Let me just see here. See if I can do a big broad sweep. Just find it by coincidence. I guess that's not happening. So there is magic damage here, but there's a lot of melee, so maybe I'll go with AC boots. but then magic resist bell. Gives me 55% magic resist. Something I didn't really think about, but I had always kind of thought that the yellow symbol for resistances indicated holy damage. But that's not what it is. It's probably physical damage. I gotta say, it feels pretty good to just do a hit and then like they hit themselves and then they die. Actually, there's 3 cauldrons on this level. That's actually pretty good. Nice. Got a magic and a dexterity point for that. Well, at least they're not excessively like avoidant. You can sometimes catch them up, but that's a pretty annoying mob to deal with. Have to take the maces off for this one.
Not enough mana.
Gotta take a guess at what this boss is. Takes shit. Does not take really any damage, so guess I'm going to the doorway. If I'm lucky, the boss will take some type of elemental damage, and I'll be able to peg him off with a bow.
Not enough mana.
does take lightning damage, but I can't really get around these other guys, so. Seems like my armor held up pretty well, though. Relic to mana. Yeah, forgot about those. I really like this track too. Just gets me a little bit on edge for the fights. And it's weird because you'll do things that are like so customary, almost like not quite muscle memory, but like just about. And you'll mess it up, and you'll be like, why did I mess it up? And I think a big part of that for me is just like music and, you know, situation that's kind of like new. Like there's always like some similarities, like, you know, a bunch of melee enemies come at you, a big box of everything comes at you. And just the same with I don't know if you'd call it spooky music, but with the techno type track, you know, you get kind of amped up, and if you're on a roll, it just like, it perpetuates itself into a better cycle of like, you know, you feel better about like the lucky play you may have got. I don't find this as much on like this character because a lot of it is very, like, it's not really in my control. I won't say that, like, it's not in my control, but, you know, if you go on a mage, and you, like, warp over a wall, and you, like, Nova just the right square, you know, you get a couple archers, you, like, you know, that felt like it really saved you a lot of damage that you don't have to now take. And also just, like, you know, it wasn't easy for me to land all the time. So it's like you get a little bit more amped up from that. Turns out the XP is actually pretty good right here. Got about 25% of a level, I'd say. That's just looking for the mushroom. It's not really even... It's not 20 minutes of, oh, I might have messed up or anything. fire damage, but I'm just gonna try and get along without it. Yeah, I was wondering like why I couldn't go back. I was like, what? The hidden got me there. I gotta redo that whole fight again because I didn't feel like using potions. This is why I excessively heal or save my game when possible. There we go. Oh, nice roll. Nice roll on that. Alright, this time I'm gonna save. And this time maybe I'll use Firewall too. Wasn't big enough. Just an oil of repair. Ah, fucking wall. Ooh, 21 to strength. It's not really a great one, but considering I'm using this as a stat stick, it may just be one of those things, my variable slot that helps me wear everything else, so there we go.
Not enough mana.
guess I should be somewhat prepared to fight that boss. Oh, I am. I have my bow in second hand. Okay. That eyeball boss. So I guess there's no mushroom here. Doesn't look like it. Oh well, that's too bad. Maybe it's in the center of the stage, I don't know. It's a far stretch though. I feel like I would have seen it by now. These swords have been on like low durability this whole level. Well, I think it's the Island of the Sunless Sea quest will be in this game, but I'm not even close. Nowhere in the same stratosphere to doing that quest. Should I do then? Guess I could do another Chamber of Bone quest. Yeah, the next episode I think I'll do that. One more run of that. Maybe a quick dive in the caves, and then I should be level 32. Alright, catch you guys later.